And today I've decided to make two hopefully shorter videos that go through normalization on two papers I haven't covered fully or at all, in fact, in previous videos. So I've got 5 sets of videos out covering the most recent 5 papers, and the two I'm going to do today in 2 separate videos on one of those 5. But both give us some useful practice in normalizing just in general for databases, and also specifically for the exams that are currently running for single BTEC. So this is third normal form as it relates to the Jan 2021 Smart Art paper. This paper gives us a good example of applying third normal form, that's the 3NF, to work out which table is correct for an attribute, and 3NF says that all non-key attributes must depend only on the primary key. There's also second normal form, which won't be important today, which says that all non-key attributes must depend on both parts of a composite key, and that's only relevant when there is a composite key in a table, which won't happen today, but I thought I'd mention it. Task scenario. So if we break this down carefully, it's going to give us tons of information that will help us get activity 1, normalization tables, right. So we know we have 3 tables. This is going to be verified when we look at the figure 1 flat file. It will show us that we have gallery ID, artist ID, exhibition ID will all be there. So we know we have these 3 tables. Now, furthermore, we know the way they link. So highlighted right now, artists show their work at exhibitions in the gallery. So artist to exhibition to gallery. So here we have on the top right, the 3 tables linking. And here we have the figure 1 flat file, and it adds something important. It adds that galleries are either commercial or combo. And therefore this means that there is clearly an extra table because we need to contain information. Or you might think, oh, I'll put that in table gallery, but that wouldn't work because of third normal form. If you look at the gallery type, it doesn't match up with gallery ID. So for example, we have gallery 6, I can put my pen on, gallery 6, 7 commercial, 6, and so on. The gallery ID is changing, but gallery type isn't. Gallery type actually fits exactly instead with gallery type ID. If I change the color, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all these are commercial, so it fits with that. So that's an example of third normal form. 2 combo, but then 1, 1, 1, 1, commercial, commercial, commercial. So that is one example of third normal form. So we know gallery type doesn't fit at all with gallery ID. It fits with gallery type ID, which would be its own table. There we go, gallery type. Galleries are either commercial or combo. It fits with gallery type. So that means that is our final setup. But when we put the attributes in, there's going to be one attribute that's a bit tricky, which we'll get to. But these are the 4 tables: artist, exhibition, gallery, gallery type. We worked out the first 3 because literally the task scenario told us. And the last one we worked out because galleries clearly have a gallery type. And that gallery type depends on third normal form gallery ID. It doesn't depend, gallery type ID. It does not depend on gallery ID. So therefore it must go into table gallery type with the ID and the gallery type, because that non-key attribute depends on the gallery type ID primary key. So here we've colored everything in. So blue is artist, red is exhibition, purple is gallery, yellow is gallery type. If you can't see that because you're colorblind, then I'll be showing the answer later, so don't worry. Also, we have learned that an exhibition runs for at least 3 days and no more than 10 days. This is from the test scenario. And that means number of days is clearly going to go with exhibition because it's the exhibition that runs for 3 days. So that is how we know number of days goes in exhibition, and that is why it's red. They literally tell us. Now, where do predicted sales go? We must note that every single number in this column is completely different. If I read them all out, you'd see they were all different, but even the ones that seem similar, like 3695, if I can find my pointer, 3695 and 3639, those are different numbers. Every single number here is different. What does that fit with in terms of third normal form? Here we have the primary keys ringed, so that's exhibition ID in red, artist ID in blue, gallery ID in purple, and gallery type ID in yellow. And three of them, the three on the right, artist, gallery, gallery type, these all have repeats. All of these primary keys have repeats, meaning they are going to be foreign keys, which will help us figure out where foreign keys go in relation to primary keys to make relationships. It'll tell us on many side. Predicted sales are all different, and the only non-repeating primary key is exhibition. So sales are for exhibitions. Artists exhibit their art at an exhibition, which is linked to a gallery, because that will be in a gallery, and they sell their work at that exhibition. So that is why predicted sales go in exhibitions. But you don't need to have general knowledge of how artists and exhibitions and galleries work, because clearly through third normal form, predicted sales go in exhibition ID. Predicted sales are all different. Exhibition ID is all different. They go together. So there I've labeled the foreign keys, and that gives us the answer as to which way around the foreign keys move into other tables to make relationships, telling us which side's one and which side is money. And here I've labeled that predicted sales due to third normal form goes red in table exhibition. So it's red because it goes in table exhibition. So we've now figured out the tables, the order they go in, the fact they link to each other, and we'll work out where the foreign keys go to figure out where the many side is in a moment. And we've labeled all of the primary keys and non-key attributes. We know which tables they go in, and we know which one are foreign keys. When we put all this together, here's an explanation of why predicted sales goes in table exhibition. Predicted sales must go in table exhibition because of third normal form. It's a non-key attribute. It does not repeat. The only primary key it can depend on is exhibition ID because that also does not repeat. The other PKs do repeat, showing their foreign keys. And this is the final answer, all coloured in the same as before. So we have table artist, which relates to exhibition. Artist ID is a primary key which repeats, so that is a foreign key in table exhibition. Table exhibition was the primary key that did not repeat at all, so that is why exhibition ID does not move, it never travels, it never becomes a foreign key. So that means because it's in between two of the tables, it must take in their primary keys as foreign keys to relate to them. In table gallery, which comes after exhibition, because artists exhibit work exhibitions and exhibitions are held in galleries, gallery ID is a foreign key because it repeated on figure 1, so that is why it gives a copy of itself as a foreign key to table exhibition. And now we've got all those three tables linked, with the many side being where the foreign key is. And finally, gallery type ID repeated like crazy, so it was clearly a foreign key, so it must be, because gallery ID is already a foreign key somewhere else. Gallery type ID needing to be a foreign key means it gives a copy of the foreign key to table gallery, because clearly gallery types repeat a lot under galleries. Many galleries are gallery type ID 1, which is commercial. And that is how, using all the information the exam gives us, we can work out how all the tables are arranged, what all the primary keys are, what all the non-key attributes are and where they go, like predicted sales goes in table exhibition, and then also where the one-to-manys are, so we know where the many side is, which is the foreign keys, so we can get this activity completely, perfectly, absolutely right using the information they give us. There is no guesswork needed. Okay, I'm going to make one more video in a moment about the washer pool paper, activity 1, because it's a junction table with a composite key. I will see you there.